welcome back. We are in Juneau, Alaska. I wanted to chill a bit, but the weather in Sim exceeded all expectations. I tried to play more of a melodical loop today. It was a bit of a challenge, so I hope it sounds okay. And very nice to have you all here. Let me welcome everyone. We had Dead Zombie, the legend, loading in so much earlier. Thank you. That is so nice of you. I really enjoyed it. Thank you. And Dead Zombie redeeming the first. Hello. Hi, hype. And the BK line, the second. Hello, the BK line. Great to have you here. Alright, I'll put down the bass if you like the intro, and I'll show you around. Also, I used the chord files again for the loop. They have been out for quite a while, but yeah, I used them again today. So that felt pretty nice. Actually, I'll explain you why. So what happens is, I rearranged the room a bit, so now my stream preparation takes a bit less. All the harder stuff takes like 15 minutes instead of 30 minutes, so that's quite a gain there, which means I still take 1 hour to prepare the stream, but it's much easier hour for me. So I had more time to get the loop ready, so I actually took this out and practiced a bit. So much fun. I hope you like it. Right, I'll put it back and make some room on my desk. And I can show you around. If anything is wrong on stream today, please let me know. I have changed few things, so there is a chance something will be off, but we'll see about that. For example, I changed the position of the microphone boom, so now it might get in the way on this view, but actually it doesn't. Right, I actually moved the camera for it. I saw the weather unloaded in and changed the weather preset. Yeah, and here's the thing, so when we look at... Alright, let's show you from the beginning. We are here in Juneau, that's Volanta, and the top overlay data is coming also from Volanta. So we are here in Juneau, and it has this water runway as well. Oh, asteroid, oh, hello. Is this full difficulty or assisted flight? It's full difficulty. I've been flying planes in real life as well. So I do tend to just make it realistic, so everything here should be on normal, except in the user experience I entered of the HUD views, so that's why it shows custom, but that's how I roll. Also, to be fair, some of the assists, like the rudder assists in particular, if you don't have the rudder, I mean, you can have that on, so it doesn't bother you all too much. And thank you for the follow. Oh, asteroid. Oh, I think I'll call it just asteroid. I hope you like it. And welcome, great to have you here. So, if you're struggling, don't worry about putting in the assist. It should be a pleasure for you, but this is how I roll. Alright, so we're here in Juneau, Alaska. There is the water runway, but it seems to be frozen up, which is a bit weird because there's 15 degrees Celsius in Juneau, so there really shouldn't be all too much snow unless it was cold and it just didn't unfreeze. I actually don't know what's going on here, so there's a good chance we'll change to the presets on the weather. I've loaded the flight as well in Navigraph, so I'm not sure where we'll go today. I just want to have a look around, so maybe we can follow this valley, get to this airport, and then either hop over the mountains, go somewhere here, try a few water landings, just fly around the area, no particular plan, and get back here. But I think we'll really change the weather. This one doesn't make too much sense. So let's have a look at the meter. Also, let me know when you get bored of the loop. It's not the longest one, so it might get a bit repetitive with time. So there's me here. You should also be able to see my stream popping up here every now and then. And the weather in Juneau, Alaska is... Oh no. Where are you? There we go. So that's broken 3,400, well, few 1,600, 10 miles visibility, broken 3,400, and temperature 16, altimeter 3010. So let's set that up in the sim, because I don't want this snow to be in. There is a chance it's actually there in real life, but that's not what I planned for. I didn't want it to be this chill. So let's try to do that. I'll just select some preset and we'll work our way from there. I will select few clouds. I think that's gonna be fine. So what do we need to check here? Oh no. 3010. Hang on. 3010 inches Hg to hectopascals. That's 1019.3. 1019er. I hope that works. Alright, I think this will do the job. Right, so 1019.30. Oh, 1019. Right, I'll just type it. 1019.3. Right, there we go. Temperature 16. And what do we have? We have these clouds at... we are basically at sea level, so this should be 1,000. Oh, let's set it 1,600. Make them a bit smaller. And then the next clouds were broken 034. So let's take those guys. Right, that's 034. Make them a bit taller. Right, I think that's gonna work. And the wind, what's the wind there? It's showing, hang on, 230 at 6. So let's set that up and we are good. 230 at 6 knots. Alright. 230 will be around here, and now the knots. 6 knots will be 3 meters per second, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, so that's our weather. Let me try that. So 3 meters per second to... No. 3 knots to meter per second. Is that gonna work? Alright, so so 6 knots is 3 meters per second. Cool. We are good there. Alright, so let's stop the loop. I think we've got enough of that. And let's start the music. And I'll get the sim sounds as well. I will stop the guitar for myself, so hang on, I'll be back in a sec. And here I am. Alright, I rearranged the room so I can set up the stream way shorter. I have more room here, and also the mic boom is not hitting the wheels of my chair, and it feels so much more comfortable now. I super like it. It's gonna be great. So I'll adjust the mic just a touch. I think we're good now, are we? Do we need flight plan on the VATSIM? In theory no, since you're flying VFR, but there's nothing stopping me from adding it. Also, since commander moved to FS Hub, I now basically log all the flights because I don't bother to turn this off. So that's a bit funny. But here we go. Alright, I hope I'm sounding pretty consistent, everything is sounding right, so let's have that flight plan. Alright, we're going VFR from Juneau to Juneau. And we'll just go direct. Yay, great success. Okay, remark. Local area flight in local area. Just to make any controller know what we are about to do, I think we'll put 2 hours 30 for our time en route and 3 hours fuel. This plane burns fuel like crazy. When flying, do you have to follow the line? When I request vectors, ATC is always pointing me away from the line. That depends what you want to do, so there's no simple answer there. Basically, your goal is to get from A to B, so to do that you do make some plan for yourself, and then to follow it, your goal is to follow the line. But there is ATC there, and the goal of the ATC is to get you from A to B safely and fast. Which means sometimes they need to point you away, just so you're not in the way for other aircraft. That's why they're vectoring you. No problem, it's fine to learn. I totally expect that, and actually I super like this. I really want people to ask those questions, so I can help you, because I can mumble about that all the time. It's just I don't know what you don't know, so feel free to ask anything you want to know. So, now we know that the goal of the ATC is to get you from A to B safely and fast, which means they will try to put you on the line, but sometimes they need to put you away from other planes or other airspaces, and then they will vector you somewhere away from your line. So I hope this makes some sort of sense. And I think it's important to know which things are there for what reason. I see Dragon being the third. I see being back. Are your exams already over? And here's a shout out. First shout out of the day. So, thank you, I see. Great to have you here. It does, thank you. Right, the thing about the ATC, I want to find it because I really like how it's formulated, and I think most people who are, well, I think many people who are flying in sim are not aware of that, what's the main goal of the ATC. So I like to think about it, though maybe a bit different than everyone thinks. It's not the ATC bossing you around, it's you who wants to get from A to B, and ATC is there to help you do that. So it's actually you wanting to do the thing and telling ATC what you want, and then they help you do that. Nicotine, hello, hello. I'll try to find that. Hang on, it's gonna probably take a while. Actually, I think it's on the Wikipedia. Hang on. So it's here. The primary purpose of ATC worldwide is to prevent collisions, organizing and expedite the flow of air traffic, and provide information and other support for pilots. And I think this is super important, and when you know that, your cooperation with the ATC may be way easier. And there is a link there to FAA, but there is similar wording by ICAO, I guess. So, now we know. That's our route. We will be flying around the area, no particular plan, but I think we'll just go here and then maybe hop over those mountains, if that's possible. Check this valley. Maybe I can put that to the route. So let's edit that route. Alright, so I've got that saved. Now I need to put it in for you. Everybody's fine. How is your week going? We have a bit of a heat wave here, and since it hasn't been hot in quite a while, my body's not used to it, so I feel so sluggish for the last few days. And now it's updated here in the routes. There it goes. So I'll actually go and update the flight plan here with that as well. Oh, I almost filed some weird alternate. We don't need any alternate for the VFR. We'll be departing 1845. I think that's gonna work. So we don't need the remark now. Right, last bit I need is the equipment suffix. That's the FAA thing. And I have a cheat sheet here. So is that going to work now? Let me see. So what do we have? We are no RVSM, no reduced vertical separation minima. We have the DME, I think, and transponder mode Charlie. We do actually have RNAV GNSS, so we can go /G. Right, cruise altitude, what do I know? Just put 1500, but we'll get higher to hover over those mountains. Remember, this is a plan, so not what you will do, that's what you're planning to do. Things can always change. That's also important to remember. And then if there's any doubt or you want to do something that you couldn't express in the flight plan, you can tell ATC and explain them what you want to do. They should be very happy to help you with that. Right, so we're here, that's going, no controls here, I am alone here. So let's put this on. Right, I'll make this easy, I'll just look at the position myself. Be right back, no problem. It's gonna take a while, so you probably won't miss anything. Alright, all good there. Let's jump into the aircraft. Do we have the DME? We don't have the DME. Or do we? That's ADF. Oh, so we don't have the DME. Hang on, so we need to correct that. So, but we have GNSS. Alright, so that works fine, but we don't have the DME. That's funny. Right, back to the chairs here, and I can jump into the cockpit. I think I don't need a tablet for the time being. Can I hide it? Oh, I think I don't have this add-on that hides the tablet. Oh, so I have the default plane without the Godfriends add-on. I actually forgot I have it. I loaded the plane full of fuel, so we have all the fuel in the world. Well, this plane burns it pretty quickly. Anyway, so let's get this running. Battery on, nav light off, beacon on, and now we can start. Fuel selector, let's go to center tank. Having the mic on a different boom in different position feels way more comfortable, although sometimes it's in the way where I'm looking, but now I can move it around pretty easily. That's so nice. It should move automatically where I look to, so it follows my mouth. That will be great. No, not happening. Right, parking brake is set. I will step on the brakes for... Alright, I will not, since I haven't looked at my chair yet. And, whoa, we have a company. Alright, fair enough. We need the fuel pump, so there's the fuel boost. Also, I make the sim No, sorry, that was in the way. I totally forgot, so let him start from the beginning. I'll just reset everything I did. So master on, nav lights off, beacon on, fuel bust on, get this fuel selector to center, and now get the ignition stub off. I would normally step on the brakes, but my feet are not where they should be. No one here. Clear prop, and get the starter on. And mixture in. I forgot the mixture, open throttle just a bit, get the starter on again. Right, now it's running, I think. So alternator on, fuel bust off, radius on, and yay, we are going good. We have the BK line, and I think that's the zombie here. Let's make a screenshot, that looks pretty nice. The pilot, hello, the freezer is here. But the Alaska turned out to be too freezing and I had to change the weather. Somehow there was snow showing up here, even though it's 15 degrees. So there is a chance the snow hasn't melted away yet in end of June. I don't know really. Right, I'll hit the B so we get the altimeter. It should be 3010. Hang on, something didn't work with the weather then. Oh look, that's the change, so it should be 1019.3. Right, that's gonna be good enough. Now hit the B again. Yay, that works. How are you doing, the pilot? I hope you are doing well. Alright, get those GPS on. Good, that's fine. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. I thought the heat wave here got me a bit sluggish for the last 2 days, so there's that. But also I changed the layout of my room a bit, so I now spend less time preparing the stream. So all my hardware stuff to get out takes now 15 minutes instead of 30 minutes. For example, all the guitar cables will just be permanently connected. I don't have to go and to take every cable out. So I am so happy with improving this. Also, I got a bigger green screen and now I'm shining 4 green lights on it to enhance the green screen. So that's working pretty well. Just need to figure out how do I get this mic so that when I move to the side you can still hear me. I think we'll do that. That's maybe gonna work. No, not now. It's alright. I'll figure in a bit. Right. I don't want to have the traffic page here on the second one. Okay, we'll get transponder at 1200. Threshold is -1. So that looks okay since we are basically sea level and we are in high pressure. So that's perfectly fine there. Get this to alt mode. I will pre-select 1500, so I'm ready for it. I feel like I'm missing something. Nah, I think we're good. Alright. Oh, I also need to turn on the traffic here. I think we will stay on this page. That's looking good enough. Just zoom it in and out. It's gonna be okay. Right, I think we'll take off, do a traffic pattern, and try to land on this water runway. Let's check it. So there is supposed to be a water runway here. There we go. So that's the water runway. So let's do a traffic pattern there. That's gonna be great. I have done hardly any seaplane flying in the sim, so bear with me. What was the wind again? I forgot already. to... Hey, all this stuff this did reset. How come? It's supposed to be 230, so somewhere around here. Right, 230. So let's have a look which runway we take. Right, runway 26 it is. Alright, so we just take straight ahead here on Hotel 1 or Echo 1. Taxiway Alpha, Golf, holding point 26. Right, that makes a lot of sense. Last thing, we need to check the radius, so get 1228 here. Right, that's COM1, and also I'll put the same on COM2, and we'll try to do the radio check just with myself, talking on COM1 and listening on COM2. So you should be hearing my voice coming through, but to make that work, I'll show you how to identify the problem. So if you look at the vPilot, the COM2, now the RX, the receiving, is grayed out. And the way to fix that, well, to make it work, is to turn on the receiving on COM2 here in the cockpit. That guy. And now the receiving is white, and when I toggle it you can see it's popping in and out. Also, you are able to talk on the COM2 if you really want to. You just switch the transmitting to COM2 and now you can actually talk on COM2. So I'll switch back to transmitting on COM1 and I will talk, do the radio check, so you'll be hearing me twice. That's what I'm looking for actually. Juneau traffic number 225 Victor X-ray, radio check. Right, sounds A-okay. Also, my monitor is unhappy, I need to fix it, hang on. One of my monitors has a weird condition that when a certain gray is being on screen, it just basically whatever is being shown gets burned into the monitor and stays like that until I have something white for a while. So I'll just keep playing there for a while. It's probably gonna fix it. Right, so we are already here. My tracker is working as well. Now I need to lock my chair, so hang on, I'll be back in a sec. I did put myself too far. Hang on, I need to rectify this. Alright, I think I'm good now. I think I need to draw some lines on the floor at some point so I know where I need to move without experimenting every single time. Yay, this is working great now. And the mic boom is so cool, except for the mic cable. So this bit is just running into my chest, which isn't great. At least I feel the mic is there. Right, I think we're good. I will check quickly if I have full authority on the controls. So full right, full left, forward, full back. Right, I do have the room and the radars are working as well, so that's great. I'll hide the yoke and get the taxi light on. We actually don't have the taxi light, so we'll use the landing light. And runway heading. I always want to set the runway heading. The runway heading is here, 265. So I'll set that on the heading back. And the heading back, oh, it's just the small one. Right, that's 265 right there. Release the parking brake and get our call. Juneau traffic number 225 Victor X-ray, taxi runway 26 via Echo 1, Alpha Golf. I forgot to turn off COM 2, so let's do that. Here we go. Alright, let's roll. That zombie is there, the BK line is here. I think you're already moving. Not sure if we're back from the lurk, but you can always catch up with me. I won't be flying very fast, so you should be able to do so. Alright, here's the taxiway. So we'll try to follow that. So I wonder how it's like to taxi a float plane in real life. It must be super cumbersome. But I don't actually know. No wonder. I like these ropes hanging from the wing. They are to help you move the plane around when it's on water, just parked. Hey, my chair position feels pretty good today. I can operate the rudder no problem. Very often my knees are hitting the table, so that's not happening today. That's pretty well done. Although I do feel pretty bit far and there's Mike in my view, but I think I'm good. Right, since we're taxiing, I'll get the flaps to take off. Let's do the run up. I wanted to skip it, but actually let's do it the right way. I think there is some area for us there to do the run up, but it's actually not crossed out. I think these are the markings to check your magnetic compass and create this correction table that you see on top of it. Right, stop there, step on the brakes, parking brake set. And what are we looking for? I don't know the exact numbers, so I'll just do something that seems right to me, but it might be totally wrong. I think we'll go... Let's go 1800 and check the magnetos. So magnetos to left. Right, there's 50 drop, back to both. It's going up to 18 again. Now the right. Also 50 drop. So within 150 and within 50 of each. And now check the prop governor. So with back once, the RPM is moving. With second time look at the manifold pressure, it's increasing slightly. And last look at the oil pressure, it's here. So it should be, I think, decreasing. It is, great. So that's working. We also have the carb kit, so let's check that. That's almost 1800 and carb kit is, I believe, here. And there's a hefty drop there. So that's working. Carb kit on, off. And we are good to go. Juneau traffic number 225 Victor X-ray, lining up runway 26 and taking off for left cross circuit runway 26 water number 225 Victor Juneau. Right, release the parking brake, add some power. I think we'll just do it before that zombie comes in here. Yeah, we have plenty of room. Right, runway 26 identified. And now let's have a look at our magnetic compass. That's showing to 6, and the gyro compass not showing to 6. Aha! So what happens is, happened I slewed before starting up the plane, and this got out of sync. Since this one is not slaved with the magnetic source, it will show different things. So move here to the middle, we are showing 265, and set this as 265. Right, now we're good. Full throttle, and off we go. Airspeed life, we are good to rotate. Oh, I think this version is a bit overpowered, so I'll reduce the power. Oh, I was actually going over the red line, so I'll correct that next time. Right, reduce the power here. I'll go just to the upper part of the blue line, reduce RPM. Flaps up. Trim up. And then landing lights off. I forgot the strobe lights, so let's get the pitot hit on as well and the strobe light on. There we go. Right, we're almost over the threshold, so I'll cut left here. And we're climbing 1000 feet. I super like this weather that I dialed in, it looks real nice. And this area is pretty interesting. Right, I'll zoom out one click. So we are almost 1000 feet, we are left crosswind. Here's our water runway. Alright, and there are also those trees in the way there. Gonna be fine. Alright, level off here, so I'll trim down. Start our downwind turn. Also, because I did set this heading back, now it's much easier for me to identify the headings. So now I know I'm flying downwind. Also, we have the wind from 230, so I need some slight wind correction to the right. Right, I'll also reduce the power a bit, so I'll go 25-19. And that means 25 on the manifold pressure and 19 on the RPM. And there's that water runway, so the threshold of the water runway is way past the threshold of the concrete runway. Juneau traffic number 225 Victor X-ray left downwind runway 26 water, Juneau. Right, reduce the power and start everything we need to do. So fuel pump on, landing lights on, speed check, flaps, takeoff. Oh, gear up. I forgot the gear up, it would have been a disaster. But it's actually moving the lever here. Go into the descent here, turn base. So I'm looking for the heading back to be on my left hand side. Alright, get a bit more flaps here. And we are looking pretty good as far as our position is concerned. And let's start turning final. Right, I did overshoot that a bit, so let's keep this turn and correct that in a moment. The beacon line is in there as well, and I believe that zombie is also flying the pattern. So we'll do touch and go in the water here, and then depart to the valley. Right, flaps. Let's go flaps landing. Right, we have wind from the left. So I will need some right rudder and left aileron to compensate for that. And get the descent. Right, that's looking pretty well. I'm not sure how the water landing looks here. I think Misfits doesn't have this implemented particularly well. We did some water landings previously in the Godfriend's funny plane, the Lake Skipper, but I'm not sure if that counts since it isn't an actual airplane. It's more of a fun aircraft that flies usually in the hover. I mean in the ground effect. Alright, so get on the water, then go flaps takeoff and add power. Alright, rolling back the throttle, get into the ground effect. Alright, and we touched down already, I think. Here we go, perfect. So flaps to takeoff position. And full power, off we go. So let's see how this works. I wonder if there's any gear indicator here. We also have these rudders, but that I don't know how to put in and out. The water rudder. Rotate now. Alright, so that went pretty smooth. Get into the climb. Oh, I was supposed not overpressure the engine. Reduce the power. I'll go 29, actually, or 19 again. Flaps up. Trim up. Landing lights off. Fuel bust off. Alright, so I get the hang of it. Remember, this plane burns fuel like crazy, so I need to be monitoring our fuel situation here. We are on the center tank, so that's the one here, the middle tank, so I need to be looking here. Okay, let's have a quick look here, and we are departing there to the right, and we'll just follow this valley. I'll get the sim a bit quieter. I think that's gonna work. I have everything is sounding right today. I changed a lot of stuff, but I think everything is under control. And this landing rate under 1, I think there's just some error in reading the value, since the water landing seems to be some special magical case. And actually, let's make our call, but not the last call. Juneau traffic number 225 Victor X-ray departing to the north, Juneau. Right, 1500. Do I want to fly manually today, or do I want to use the autopilot? Actually, since there is not too much turbulence, I think I can fly manually to get some more practice. We haven't done that in a while. So is that other map a mod? This one, that's an application. It's called Navigraph. It's subscription based, so you have to pay for it, but I really like the service. Of course, if you need it, it's great. If you don't need it, you can live without it. Let me show you the page. Right, so that's Navigraph, navigraph.com, and they are basically the data provider for you for flight simming. So what they do, they have this application, also a few plugins, and also some navigation data for flight sim. And then you can use this application. You can do your flight planning here, and you have a lot of information. So you have a lot of IFR routes and points. And what's most important for me, I do have charts from Jeppesen. Jeppesen is navigation data and charts provider in real life. So when you're a real life pilot, you will usually use those charts for instrument flying. Now the thing is, if you want to buy, for example, a real subscription of those charts from Jeppesen, The yearly one for like US costs like $1,000, and if you want global, the only option they have is for 4 devices, and it costs $15,000 per year. And now Navigraph is giving you the same data sourced from Jepsen, except it says here it's only for simulation and not for navigational use, which means, well, basically Jepsen is not taking that responsibility that they normally take for you using these charts in real flying. That's why they're so expensive, because, well, they do take responsibility for that. And for me, this is great service. This costs, I think, €10 per month, between 10 and 15, I don't remember exactly. And you have access to all these charts globally. Of course, you don't need them for the simming. You can still get away without having that liability. Yeah, it's pretty important in the aviation world, so you know that. In the meantime, I turn right here, and you are following this pretty nice area. I super like these hills here. They are so nice. So I have access to all those Jepsen charts, and when I was doing my real life training, it was a bit of a struggle to get access to the charts, because every chart I needed to go through my instructor to get it actually. So I think paying 10 or 15 euro for that per month, having all this fancy tool, it's great, but of course it's not necessary, and if you don't want to pay, you can totally get away without that. And you can find the charts. Basically, the FAA, so now where you can find the charts is super different depending on where you are in the world. So the FAA publishes their charts for free, and you can, for example, get them here on SkyVector. So for the all US flying, you just have the charts here, so that's all you need. And if you go here, you'll have those charts. So that's basically what I have in Navigraph. Also, each country has slightly different format. In Navigraph, I have this processed by Jepsen, so every country looks the same. Here, every country looks like a bit different. And then every country publishes this, and it may or may not be publicly available. For example, Poland is publicly available, and Germany, and so are many other countries, but I found, for example, Greece not to be available. Whoa, Asteroid, thank you for the sub. I'm so glad you're enjoying the content. Thank you. Great to have you here. Welcome on board. So, for Poland, we do have those charts available here. So, it's a bit of a struggle to find the right one for the country you need. Again, for flight simming, not such a big deal. For real flying, it's a great deal. So I do have them here. Thank you for the knowledge. You're very welcome. That's what I want to do. I super enjoying doing that. So that's the for Poland, and for Greece, you can very often find it on VATSIM page for a specific country. But it may or may not be there. So if you Google VATSIM Greece, there is this Hellenic ACC, and if you log in with VATSIM, you go here to, I think, pilots, and I remember somewhere you can find the charts. I just don't want to log in at the moment. But I think here in the resource center you'll find the charts, but you need to log in with VATSIM. VATSIM is basically providing the controllers that are also enthusiasts, so they're doing this for free, but it's trying to simulate the controller pilot environment. And the account is free, so you can just create an account. Just remember that you are limited to having one account, and you need to give your real name, at least so the rules say. But now you can hide your real name, so it's not showing up here. I didn't choose to do that, but when you're connecting to VATSIM, you can just hide your real name if you wish to do so. They changed those rules, I think, a few years ago. So, I'll cut it here. If you have any more questions, please shoot. I'm super happy going over it. It's also a review for me and helps me get more confident about my knowledge and find stuff that I'm missing, like the last time for the ODP. And actually, You may or may not have seen that in Discord, but I check what's the deal with the ODP in the US, and I think I found the answers. So we do have a Discord. If you want to join, you're very welcome. You can ask any questions or just hang out. There's not much going on there, but everyone's welcome. Right, I'm looking for that image I found. I've been using Wikipedia for the runway maps, but couldn't find the flight approach info like you just showed me. Great, appreciate it. You're very welcome. Yeah, Wikipedia is a great resource, but just keep in mind for aviation it may be a bit wonky for multiple reasons. First reason is that even though aviation is somewhat standardized globally, there's still a ton of differences. So obviously, since Wikipedia is global, they are having a hard time making that great. So whatever you read, just keep in mind it might be slightly different in different regions. So yeah, looking up all this information is a bit of a struggle. Right, so here's the ODP, the obstacle departure procedure, the thing I was super puzzled about the last time. And basically, it gives you clearance from the terrain within 25 miles or 46 in mountainous area when you climb 200 feet per nautical mile. And that's it. If there is no specific graphical route, you can just fly any direction you want and you'll have this clearance. If there is more complicated terrain, they will give you some description or image what route to follow, and this will keep you clear with when following this climb gradient. And that's pretty much it. I'm still a bit puzzled if we have any similar thing in Europe, so I need to do a bit more of a research, since usually you just get the clearance from the controller and that keeps you safe. But if I want to plan it, I'm still a bit puzzled how to do that. Just one trick here is it assumes both engines operating, and they say if engine fails, the operator should provide some procedure to have some escape route. So there's also that. It's a bit funny. So I learned a bit about that, but I'm still not super confident. Right, let's have a look here how we're doing. So we got out from the Juneau airspace quite a while ago. So let's keep this. Here are the hills that it follow, and let's just go to the end of this valley. I think it's gonna be fine enough. Oh, and we are going to hear Highness. I don't know. Let's check if we have any charts here. No charts, so we'll just go to the information, and there's runways here, there's runway 26. Alright, so there's that. We can do touch and go, and we can also do touch and go parallel to the runway in the water. I think that's gonna be fine, why not? Also, since I'm not looking, my flight path is a bit wonky, but we are getting there. Right, let's make some screenshots. Here's us. And there are the others following. Yay! This weather looks super nice. I actually forget it's 29 degrees in my room. Maybe it's even more now. I don't remember what's the shortcut to get this water radars in. So there's probably a hotkey, but I can probably also operate that from cockpit. And now I have a choice if you go left or right. I'm looking at the chart, it basically says left. Oh, so that's this one. So yeah, definitely left. Right, our fuel situation, so that's looking good. Maybe I'll switch the tanks when I still remember. Get the fuel boost on and let's switch to the front tank. Right, now we are there. And turn off the fuel boost. What's up with the white thing showing up? That's new. Right, I think we're good. Yay, such a cool place. Also those clouds, they're pretty nice. Usually when I try to do preset it looks worse than the live weather. But this looks better, although it's slightly different than the live weather. And no turbulence, so I can just fly. Not getting thrown around and having to correct altitude all the time. This flight is gonna take a while. So I think what we planned, that's gonna last for the whole stream. Just long enough. One thing I'm super waiting for some developer to do is to have some magnetic compass that actually has some deviation. So the way it works, when you're pointing different directions, because of many reasons, mostly being the interference from the metal parts of the aircraft and the electrical system of the aircraft, it will not show perfectly the magnetic heading you're pointing to. So you need to spin it around on, basically do that on what? I think 8 headings. This one actually has more. So usually you do that, I think, on the cardinal headings and then plus 45, but this one seems to be every 30 degree. And then you simply note down what it's pointing, so you have the correction here. There are a few versions of the table. This just say for this heading you should be seeing that. The other version of this table shows plus minus, so you know what correction to apply. But most of the aircraft in the sim, even by custom developers, third-party developers, they just show the correct value. So it would be super nice to actually have this properly implemented. Just would add some more realism and made it more difficult. Now, when you're using this magnetic compass, it wobbles when you're flying. It wobbles like crazy in turns. It's not shown here, so this is somewhat reliable, although you can see that when I'm banking, it's becoming a bit unreliable. So to not have that problem, we have the gyro compass. .bxno, hello from Nairobi this time. Yay! I hope you're doing well. How was your flight? I wonder if it's warmer in Nairobi or in my place. It's been 30 degrees here today, so crazy. So to get away with that, we have the gyro compass. It basically has a gyroscope inside and doesn't suffer from all these problems. Guy got absolutely wrecked by the jet lag. Wait, isn't that in the same time zone? How can you have a jet lag if it's basically in the same time zone, or am I wrong? I thought it was just a few hours off. 2 hours. Oh, is that enough to get you into jet lag? Alright, I can imagine I could have this trouble as well. It's just like staying up until 3 AM or the other way around. I consider it jet lag. Alright. Every explanation is good. At least you are not blaming your teammates or whatever. So I do approve that. Great heavy here. I thought it would be just super busy there. Anyway, enjoy your trip. Now, back to the gyro compass. There are two versions. One has, well, can source the magnetic heading, so it can correct itself, but the version we have doesn't. So when the Earth is rotating, or we are doing any maneuvering, it will start drifting. So it will drift 15 degrees per hour on the North Pole, or 0 on the equator, or anything in between, when you're in between. And now we have to correct it. So if we take the value from here, I'm moving to the middle because we would have the parallax error, so I want to read the precise value. We are reading 315. Just remember the numbers here go the opposite way. The left is up, the right is down. So I always have to look at the two nearest numbers and make sure I'm reading the correct number. Because if I just look at 3, I would think there is 3, 4, 5 here. It's actually not. So 3 and 5. And make sure we're reading 315 here. Right, now we're good. Now here's the fun part. I managed to be more energized from an hour nap on an uncomfortable 787 scene in comparison to a 2-hour nap on an actual comfortable bed. Yay, maybe it was the less oxygen making you go to sleep easier. Who knows? Yeah, I get the feeling. I sometimes struggle to get a good sleep in a place I'm used to, and then you go to some seemingly strange place and you just fall asleep. Or the other way around, you never know. Whoa, I remember I was about to find those water radarers. Is that it? No. What was it and how did I get it back now? I don't know how to operate those things. I would assume those are the water radarers, but... Oops. No. I think that's it. That's it, look. Oh, there's a plane. It's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's that zombie. Right over here. Hey, you're following pretty well. Actually, I have some urge to practice information flying, so we'll do that in future. Alright, hide this. Hey, now I know. It's amazing, since we don't have any turbulence, I can just leave the plane be and it's flying. Normally when there is any convection, the plane just goes up and down all the time. I need to fight it all the time. It's always a bit of a struggle. Had a quick look at the fuel, so the front tank. I think when we get to 2/3, then we'll switch to the rear tank. That's the plan. Right, I'm trying to trim it, so I think that's fine for now. Is everything sounding right? I think it is, even when I'm looking to the side. Actually, well, that's a bit quieter. Now it's okay. Yay! Now I feel like taking a nap. Alright, so there's another chest in front of us, left or right. And we go left. So looking here. Here's that island on the left, and there's a split here, and we go to the left. What's the place called? Highness. I might be totally mispronouncing it. I can't believe that by looking at this scenery, my body feels like it's not so warm in my place, and last evening I was struggling with the heat here. Also, the cat is sleeping whole day now because of the heat until 2 AM, then she's a bit more energized. I hope those textures will load in, or maybe just that side is not as pretty. Here on the right we do have the textures, but that's much closer. And here in the distance we don't. I wonder if this horizon line visible through everything will ever get fixed. It's on the bug list, but it's marked as we haven't worked on that yet and we haven't planned it yet. That's funny. It's what's most funny is also visible on the 2024 trailer. Surprisingly, I've got my trim and powers just right, so I'm not climbing or descending. Not sure how that happened. I think it's the weather. If you have set whatever I have. Oh, now I'm mistrimmed, so let's try to correct. It's much easier in real GA planes since you just hold your yoke when you want to be and you roll the trim until the force disappears, but not so much in the sim. It's close to what you had, yes. Oh, so maybe that's the reason. It's also much easier for me today than usually. I've heard flying the seaplanes is fun. We also have few nearby and you can do training, but I haven't considered it yet. Well, I have considered it, but I'm not doing it at the moment. Must be fun, but I think you need, I don't remember, quite a lot of hours to do the training. 10 or 15? Don't remember exactly. Whoa! That zombie, well done. And the beacon line just staying safe in the distance, that's fine as well. I used to do some more for animation flying with other streamers when they're streaming, but now I just usually don't have time to fly along, but hope soon I'll do it again. It's just so fun. The only thing is, whoever's leading needs not to be on the full power, otherwise we are having a very hard time being there in the back. So now we're getting to some sunshine area and it's climbing, but it might just be me mistreaming. I didn't find all too many water runways in that area, but I guess what people do is they just land on the water and dock wherever they want to. Don't really need a water runway when you have so much space here. So I believe that's how it works. Let's have a harbor and dock there. Actually, I actually wanted to look around and find if we see anything that resembles that kind of place. But I don't know. It's a fairly sparsely populated area. Right, the eagle eyes are not helping either. So our destination, first destination, is somewhere there. It should be already... should have a view on it, so I think it's somewhere around this here. We'll just touch down on the water, parallel to runway 26. Dear, I feel so much more relaxed today, not having to set up all my hardware stuff for half an hour. Yay, that's a great change. I'm glad I did that. Right now I have to work the yoke all the time, but I see I climbed a bit too much. Yeah, see, there's the convection now, so... well, here we go. Good old flying. This horizon line. I wonder if they know where it's coming from and just don't have a way to fix it, or what's going on with that. It's so strange. Cool flying area. It's funny how those textures in the distance are so not detailed. It might not be looking as funny for you as for me on the huge screen, but still. They're loading in, so that's fine. It's just whenever I set the rendering distance to 200, the performance goes down significantly. So I keep it a bit lower. Fun thing is, whenever I'm playing the real plane, I never feel bored. I just look at the views and enjoy them. Sitting for hours just flying straight, not an issue for me. I wonder how other people feel about it, but that's how it looks for me. I just enjoy the view, look at everything, contemplate. It's so cool. And then I'm flying as a passenger on an airliner. It's pretty much the same thing that happens. And then my neck hurts after looking a few hours 90 degrees to one side. Except that one time I got a seat without the window, or a few other times when I got a seat in the middle, and then you basically can't see anything through the small windows. Right, can I see it already? Let's try to identify that. So I'll zoom in a bit. So there's one mountaintop here, next one. There's some kind of valley, and here, just below the mountaintop, is the airport. So we have this first mountaintop, the second one, the valley, and just below the mountaintop, so I think that's gonna be here. So I'll be looking for this area to find our airport. It's probably gonna be it. But we'll only see it as we get closer. We do see the Cessna back there. Oh dear. Hey, so close. Very well done there. I mostly struggle with moving forward and back, because whenever you're too fast, it's very hard to slow down. So that's my biggest struggle with doing any formation flying. I still can't imagine what it's like to be in this place. Hardly any houses. So much space. So I think there might be some settlement there, according to the chart. There's a mud bay here. I mean, there is a name. And then there is a small town here. Or two even. And the airport just at the foot of the mountain. Right, how far are we? I think this airspace is 5 miles. Try to guesstimate that. Right, so zoomed out, there's 5 miles here, so it looks like 4 miles radius. I'm not exactly sure. I saw that Cessna in front of me, just going from one side to the other. Hey, there we are. There are actually some settlements there. there's town, and I think the airfield will be somewhere here. Alright, so we're like 10 miles out. Highness traffic number 225 Victor X-ray, 10 miles inbound from southeast for touch and go. Highness. Alright, I don't know what the name actually is. I just tried to read it the best of my abilities. To the best of my abilities. Alright, so now my bet is here. It should be at the foot of this mountain. So somewhere here. Let's go to this peak and then we'll find it. Okay, is it already there? There's also this notch here, so when you look at the shoreline, there is a bit of a notch here behind the airport, and we do see that notch here, so the runway should be around this area. Actually, let's go there, over the town, and approach more straight in. That's gonna be a bit better. Oh, now I see this peak on the chart. So this peak, it's shown here on the chart. Right, it's working well, and I think we can spot the runway there already. Yeah, there it is. How far are we? I don't actually know. Highness traffic number 225 Victor X-ray, joining 4 miles final for landing on water parallel to runway 26. Highness traffic. Right, we can slow down, get the flaps out. So, throttle lowered, prop forward, mixture forward, flaps. Let's get them to landing position straight away since you are within the white line. And do the approach. What a place. I kinda like it. Alright, just get in here. Be mindful of that mountain top to the left. That's an obstacle, also can generate some turbulence or downdrafts. So need to be careful about it. So keep some distance and then we'll do stop and go on the water parallel to the runway. Right, I do like that glide angle, so I'll keep it. Adding some power. The airspeed, let's try keeping 80 knots. Several days without sunlight would get to me, I think. Mr. Freezes, Mr. Jesus, here's your shout out. We're flying in Alaska, doing some water flying. It's fine. Also, when I loaded in on live weather, it was all snow here, so we had to dial in some preset, which I was a bit surprised since it's 15 degrees here and it's end of June, so well, I didn't expect that. How are you doing? Are you packed for the FS Expo? Have you made a plan? I think you'll be visiting all the booths, having no time to breathe, just having fun all the time. gonna be great. I'm super jealous of you all going there, but I'll maybe go sometime in the future, not this time. So do enjoy the show, and I'm waiting for the pictures or anything. Nedax, hello! Oh, I see. So we can call you Ned. So I'll try to remember. I'm flying too. Yay, good stuff. Great to have you. Welcome, welcome. So I chose this area because we are having a heat wave here, so I thought we'll chill here. And actually looking at the scenery, my body believes it's not so warm where I'm sitting. Also it's crazy warm where I'm sitting. At work, have 30 stops left in my route. 30 stops, yay! Going straight home after work and packing. Ooh, good. Leaving to Houston in 13 hours. I'll pick Joe in 17 hours. Yay, enjoy. Right, crossing from the left. And now rolling back the throttle. I think we're at the correct height. Yeah, and we did touch that here. Right, I wanted to step on the brakes, but that's obviously not gonna work. Get the flaps to takeoff position. Let's slow down here. Cool stuff, Jesus. Do enjoy. I am so happy for you. Alright. What was the place called? Ines. Ines traffic number 225 Victor X-ray, taking off from the water parlor to runway 26. Ines. Gonna be huge this year, super pumped for it. I hope I can sleep tonight. Well, we'll see, but yeah, it looks super nice. And do try the Pimax VR. They're having these super detailed screens now. So I'm super curious about it. I know they have a booth, so you can try it out there. Please let me know. I'm super curious. Right, we are in the air. Keep that 90 knots for the climb. 200 feet, reduce the power, so I'll go 29. 19. Flaps up. And if I didn't forget, we would also get landing lights off and fuel bust off. Trim up, and I think it's time to switch the fuel tank. It definitely is. So fuel bust on and switch to the rear tank and fuel bust off. Yep. So the Pimax crystal, I'm not sure if you have seen it, but it has a huge resolution, so it should be looking really good. It doesn't have super wide field of view. They are having upcoming product that will have even higher field of view, and high resolution. So if I was there, I would be super interested to see that. I got an invite from them to try it. Cool. So do try. I am super curious about this product. This thing. Well, but I've heard they just released it, so it's having some sort of integration issues and it's a bit of a struggle to get it set up and running. But I bet in the booth it will be just working perfectly, so that's probably the best experience you can get. And then when you buy it, you probably need to worry a bit about actually getting it working. Oof, yes. There's the beacon line, that's zombie. Yay, I so like having company. Oh, so you're the C-172 on floats, that zombie. Now I know what's going on. You're not showing us the proper model because I just linked the aircraft I'm flying for the day. I try to keep everything unlinked so my sim doesn't take forever to load. Right, we do need to climb and hop over these mountains. I think we'll just pick some random way. Actually, this valley here to the left looks promising, but we need to climb. Not sure how high we need to climb. Alright, 7,500 should do the job, or 7,000 just pass between the tops. So I will circle here. What was the place called again? Tabletop Android. Hey, just lurking while working. Yay, enjoy the work, enjoy the lurk. Great to have you here. Welcome, welcome. So what time zone are you in? I know we are super different time zones. I just have no idea which time zone you are in. Highness traffic number 225 Victor X-Lay, climbing 7,000 feet within the area and then departing to the southwest, Highness. We are doing this chill flight today, so I can forget about the heat wave and my apartment being unbearable. And to be honest, it's working way better than I anticipated. Maybe tomorrow during the day I should just put in some YouTube drive through winter Alaska. We are not climbing. I will add some manifold pressure. Sure, we're within the climb. Also, we need to lean the mixture now. I will just lean it slightly. Right, let's do it the right way. Where's the EGT? Is that you? We just have the cylinder temperature, I think. I don't know. If you have any tips, I will take them. So far I don't know how to lean this properly, as I'm not seeing the EGT gauge here. This we are climbing. I think we are way too fast for our best climb speed. I think the best climb would be something like 80. Maybe even 70. Let's try keeping 80, see how that works. Alright, since this, I believe, is that Coronado plane? No, I think it's someone else. Or maybe it is, I don't remember. I don't think the leaning does all too much difference here. Whoa, such a place. Asus, what other places are you visiting, or you'll just see as you go? I think there's so much. Maybe it's good I'm not going there. I would like to have all this stuff once I see it. But then I think I have enough. There's no room to put anything more. I saw Lukaila getting this GNS 513, so we can have a display and all the knobs. She says it's great, but I just don't have room for it. And since I'm switching the plane so often, it's not gonna be great for me. Alright, break is over. Time to finish this 30 stop in 45 minutes. Oh dear, good luck there. That's 1.5 minutes per stop. Be done with work and then head home. Hope to see you on live stream. I'll do some from Expo. Yay! Cool then. So you can follow Jesus. He will try to do some live stream from FS Expo. It's gonna be great. App is gonna work. Alright, I totally lost track where we're pointing. Now we're pointing west, turning south. Alright, so there's southwest there. Lurk. I was doing 2 steps per minute. So I think that you're not covering much ground in those hubs, are you? So we're just going house to house or whatever. Anyway, good luck with that. Wait, that's not where you're going. I'm just glimpsing at the chart here, and I was pointed there in this long valley. It looked to be too good to be true. We need to point just behind me in this valley. Now I see it's just coming in. Alright, we're 4,500, so we still have 2,500 to go, so that's gonna take us 5 minutes out there. I hope we're gonna make it before the end of this valley. Might not have been the wisest idea to go here, but I think we can do that. Oh, also I need to add 1 inch of manual pressure per 1,000 feet that we climb. So what happens when you climb, the outside pressure drops by 1 inch, and if you're on a turbocharged, so does your manifold pressure. Every 1,000 you need to remember to add 1 inch, so I'll try to look at the altimeter. I still haven't developed a habit of doing that, so that's a bummer. Yeah, houses are pretty close, but it's about the strategy and how to organize the packages in the van. That sounds fun. I think the delivery people where I live, they cover a lot of ground because, well, we have many companies and it's not like everyone is ordering something every day. So I think they just cover a lot of ground and have less deliveries but need to drive more. So I think what you're doing is a bit more fun. Since you're not staying in the traffic jam, I hope. Right, there's the zombie there. There's the beacon line there, so I hope you'll be able to climb here, no problem. Right. I'm cheating a bit, just looking out, since I didn't see all too much from there, but we can pass there, no problem. So let's go 6,500. My screen just did something weird, but I think we're good. Highness traffic number 225 Victor X-ray, 6,500 feet, leaving the area to the south, Highness. Like your Highness. Which reminds me of the Amidala in the Star Wars, but you probably just read it in a different way. Alright, I'll slow down, so going 25 here. 25. Actually, let's go 25.17. What airspeed is that gonna put us at? Maybe 27.17. I think that's gonna work fine. I will lean it a bit more. I'm guesstimating it anyway. Alright, I think 6,500 is not gonna cut it. And I see the light there. Right, we wouldn't fly there VFR. Since we're in the sim, let's do that. Oh, and there's a glacier there. Whoa! I like the glacier. Looks so nice. There's a ton of glaciers here, so everything here is glacier. Just the glacier tongues meeting, two of them. Oh, I'm not sure how we call it in English. And there's another glacier here. Amazing. Right, I will change the weather a bit. So we don't do anything crazy. I think that's gonna work. Alright, so now we're good. Now I see we can pass through, no problem. So 7,000 feet, that's 2,100 meters. Alright, so that's not so high, but still high. I'll have a quick look at the weather in the actual place. So if you look here, the weather at Juneau, actually need to go back and... Right, we're here, so where's Juneau? Is that Juneau? It is. Alright, broken 3600. Alright, so we might not be able to fly here, but we simulated the VFR, so we're good. And we passed there, and then we should see the other side shortly. Right, I try to level up here at 7500. Oh, this looks amazing. Oh, this doesn't. The colors are off. Where's everyone gone? Alright, you're here. My cat got a bit adventurous. She's checking up the git ramp. I hope we're gonna be fine. Right, the cat can climb on the git ramp. It's maybe not the recommended practice, but it works. And there's the glacier on the other side, like so many of them. That's where we're going over. And we want to reach that water on the other side. Our fuel situation. Alright, we're showing 2/3 on all three, so we can stay on the rear tank for a while longer. Yeah, and again, it looks great, and those glaciers, I mean, it's just mesmerizing for me whenever I see anything like that. Those glacial rivers meeting and leaving those stripes in between. It's just mesmerizing. So the way I think it works is that the glacier, basically as it's moving, it digs a valley. It looks like, well, like a letter U, and then it's sliding on all sorts of rocks, so you'll see those rocks on the side as well. When those two U's meet, there's the rocks dragged between them. Similar landscape in Patagonia. Oh, it's also similar in the Alps, but in Europe, but we don't have so many big glaciers. There's a few in Switzerland, but well, since the glaciers are receding, all the ones I've seen weren't as impressive as this one. This one is bigger, this one's huge, and look, there's so many meeting here. Like, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 meeting there. Like, whoa. And also this feature, it leaves, I'm not sure what it's called, like a pit. It looks like you dug it up, and it has very steep cliffs here. And we have formations like that here from the ancient glaciers that are long gone. And to go to the mountains here in Poland and look at this, like, how did this come to be? And the answer is the glacier dug it up. So here at the very end, it just digs those vertical pits. So I'm not super sure how this works, how they come to be. Why am I climbing? No climb. Descent. Right, I'll do the steep descent here, so bear with me. Crossing Mont Blanc, we got a place called Sea of Ice. Dewey. I've been on Mont Blanc. Well, just climbing. But, well, the things I saw don't look as impressive. Maybe on the other routes they do. Well, anyway, you just cannot walk on that. That's not safe. Alright, we're getting clouds here, so I'll start descending further. I'll reduce the power in that case. Right, let's go 15. And I'll put the carpet on for the time being. Mirror the glass. Which phase is it? Is it the one that's going to the north into Chamonix? I think that might be the one, but we didn't take this route. I've been there in 2010, 13 years ago. Oh dear. Hang on, I'll open it up. Hey, there's that zombie passing there. Welcome. So here's Mont Blanc and Chamonix. And if we switch to the side view, oh, they're looking a bit strange. Oh, I don't have the 3D view here. Right, I'll open the link in a sec. So we took the route... Oh, there, I don't remember anymore. Well, I think just here. Yeah, Dome de Goutier. So we went from here, somewhere here. We slept over here. There was a refuge there. And Dome de Goutier and Mont Blanc here. So you just go through the ridge basically most of the time. And I think the glacier is in this direction. Oh, that one. Now I see. That's the one you link. Yeah. Alright, looks great. I know there's a few more in Switzerland. Like this. And this. So it's tiny compared to the Alaska here. Thank you again for the link and showing that. It's so nice. Oh, and the lake there. But since the glaciers are receding now, it looks a bit sad when you go there. You go there and there's just like this place where the glacier used to be just yesterday, it looks like. There's all this rubble left behind and no glacier. I mean, it's there, just way higher. Right, we can stop the descent, so add some power, close the carb hit. This one Alaska is huge, and there's so many meeting here. Whoa! I'm still super curious how those pits come to be, like here at the end. I think it's just this snow that's accumulating and it's going down, digging the hole below it. That's probably how it works, but I'm not educated in that area. Right, I think we can go down, what do I know, 1500, 2500 for the time being. Few glacier or so are also in the Grindelwald. Where is it? Yeah, and there's the Eiger Glacier somewhere here. So I actually hiked there. Damn, that's just receding so far, and you just have this place after a glacier. I'm not sure if there will be a picture here. Anyhow, back to flying. I super like the mountains and the winter and the snow. Alright, I hope everyone is keeping fine. Oh, that's very fine. I think I was so mesmerized I didn't take a single screenshot of that glacier. Definitely what happened. Alright, it's cool looking view, but I think I need to look where I'm going. Now, where's our next destination? Oh, it's far away. That's how far we go, so I think we can do some touch and go on the water at some point. Let's just find some houses. Is there anyone living here, at least temporarily? Where we could do some touch and go, not in total wilderness. There seems to be some island there as well. I don't think there is anyone around. Absolutely no one, not a soul. I keep looking. It's very nice scenery, but no human settlements whatsoever. Oh. No, it's just trees. Right, we'll follow that until we find something more suitable. I'll try to keep 2500 and off we go. How are we doing time-wise? So we covered so far, and we've been flying for like 1 hour 15, I think, and we are basically midway, so it's gonna be okay. Also, one trick if you are measuring distance and there is no measure, well, the 1 degree on the parallel should be 60 miles. So from here to here is 60 miles. This, sorry, not on the parallels, on the meridian. So along the meridian, 1 degree is about 60 miles. It can be slightly off, but rule of thumb, that works. It doesn't work for the parallels, as you can see, they are not up to scale. Unless you are at the meridian, then it will work. No meridian, the equator. Sorry, I'm off today. So, along the meridian, one degree is 60 miles. So this parallel reads 58, this parallel reads 59, so there's 1 degree between them, and that's 60 miles here. So we can totally use that as a measure. That's actually super useful. It will be slightly off, but for VFR flying, that's good enough most of the time. That's one of the reasons I usually have this grid on, so I can see those distances pretty easily. Helping me quite a lot. What do we see there? Alright, back to flying. The weather is there. We still have a lot to go. Now it's a bit of a more boring terrain. Right, I think we'll have a look at the Google Maps and see if there's anything here. Also, there's one thing you probably don't know about me. I do want to zoom in on the globe to the place I'm looking for. Right, I will maybe turn on the autopilot for the time being so I don't wobble around all so much. Since you're following me, it will be easier for you to do that. Get this heading back. Right, heading will stay. Actually, let's hit the alt mode. Right, and get the heading back to the left so we go there. We need to follow like 180 less, what's 20 degree? So 160 should do the job. I'm setting this up now. Oh, it's not that far away actually. We should already see that. So there's all those tiny islands, a lot of flat area, and our next destination is there. Let's check what it's called. I don't know actually. Gustavus. I see, and there's so many runways. Some of them might be water runways, so... No, it's not. So we'll do normal touch and go on wheels there. Runway 29er will be good for us. I will try not to forget to extend the gear. It would be a disaster if I wouldn't. It's somewhere over there. After those islands, but before this water that I'm seeing here. Alright, now we have a plan. We are headed the right way. Also, I will go left slightly more. No, I think that's gonna work. Give or take right. So the thing about me, the way I operate the maps, I just zoom all the way out and zoom all the way in where I want to go. Takes a bit of practice and learning what is there. See, it showed the name from so far away. So that's where we are going. Roscoot, hello, single outer opens. Yay, we have the Beaver. Welcome, how are you doing? I've seen you've been streaming a lot recently, but I haven't had the chance to catch. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Great to have you here. Welcome, welcome. We are flying this floaty Beaver. It's a lot of fun, and Alaska is so nice. So we have a bit of a heat wave where I live, and I wanted to put some chill place. I actually turned down the live weather loaded snow here, so I had to switch to some preset, which I believe was more believable at 15 degrees and end of June. And we have that zombie in the beacon line following. We are also on VATSIM, and it's such a wilderness. We passed pretty amazing glacier on our way. I don't think it's super visible here. Hang on. So went from Juneau with... Where's the airport? Hang on, where's the airport? Oh, it's here, it's so far. We did that touch and go on the water runway here. It's funny how they do water runways in Alaska. It actually looks super nice. Yeah, then we follow this valley here. Uh-oh, GG's, what happened? And we went here to Highness. We did a touch and go on the water parallel to the runway, and we jumped over this glacier. So there's a huge glacier and there's like 4 streams merging together. It looks pretty amazing. Now we're following here and going to Davos. Davos here. And there's the airport. We'll take runway to 9er, do touch and go on wheels, and then continue. Also, I think Bing has a bit better set pictures overall, unless you zoom in on some popular area. So I'll try to open that. Are we headed the right way? I think, give or take. So here's Bing loading in. And we are somewhere around the right. Here's Juneau, here's Highness, and here's this glacier. So this one, the 4 streams, even more merging together, like 1, 2, 3. There are 4 clearly visible. Those 2, like 1, 2, 3, 4. Or maybe it was this one. Yeah, it was this one. Look at that. Incredible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So many. Yeah, and those glaciers, as they move, they leave a U-shaped valley, and then in Europe many glaciers are receding, so we just see this U-shaped valley with all the rubble left behind. And in some places, when the glaciers left years ago, you have nice terrain features. I'll try to show you the one close to me. Right, I'm looking, trying to find some pictures. Right, that's on Wikipedia, so we can show that no problem. And basically that's the view from very far. And you see there are those pits here, and they have been carved by the glacier, I believe. And you go there and it's like, how did this come to be? It's amazing. And there's a building with the radio tower. Ned, I landed. Cool, Ned, good job. So we landed at Gustavus or somewhere else. We'll find you. And yeah, that's how the place looks in winter. I super like it. And that's how steep it is. Carved by the glacier, I believe, the ancient one. And more often than not, there is also a lake here. It's not in this particular one. Well, it's just a small one. So it's pretty amazing that the glacier hasn't been here for years. And then the more fresh one in Europe, they look completely different. I'll see if I have any picture of what I saw. Right, we're getting there, so I will be able to touch and go. I think it's somewhere over there. Oh, I think we see the outline of the runways here. So here's the runway we want to do touch and go. So we'll do right-hand traffic patterns. So we do the traffic pattern not over the rest of the airport. Default pattern in US is left. unless told otherwise, but here I think it makes just more sense to do left-right pattern. Okay. So here's the place. It's not super easy to see. There's actually a train going here. And there's this, well, it's not easy to see. There's this U-shaped valley, a bit of a ridge on the side, and all the rubble left behind. And there's the glacier there, but it's receding, as you can see. So that's super fresh. Now we know. Alright, back to flying. Let's... Alright, Gustavus, runway 29er. And how far are we? Alright, I will start using this thing here on the meridians to gauge my distance. So we are 2 miles. No, hang on, I'm reading this wrong. That's 60, I'm not sure how often those ticks are here. I will need to have a look, so we're 5 miles out. Gustavus traffic number 225 Victor X-ray, 5 miles inbound from northwest for touch and go, runway 29er, Gustavus. Alright, I'll disconnect the autopilot, descend 1000 feet and join the downwind. Right, reduce the power a lot, get the carpet on. I'll move the prop forward now and mixture forward as well. What plane are we flying? That's Beaver, but the float version. It comes with the game by default. It's been added in the 40th anniversary. That's the Beaver. They have one in Canada too. It's a huge plane with a huge radial engine. It's maybe there is no comparison, but I think the plane is huge. Not as big as AN2, but it's pretty big from what I know. Right, level up here at 1000. And it's actually pretty nice to fly. Seems more powerful than a Cessna 150. Yeah, way more powerful. Look at how many seats it has. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Takes like 7 people. It's huge. Yeah, super powerful. I haven't seen one in real life ever. Looks pretty intimidating. Alright. Gustavus traffic number 225 Victor X-ray, journeying right down into runway 29er for touch and go, Gustavus. Damn, yeah, it's big. It just doesn't look so big because it has a silhouette of a smaller plane, but it's just big. Alright, we need the gear down. Haha, I didn't forget. So, pumping the gear down here. Get flaps first to take off position. here on downwind. Actually, we should have done that on the beam, but since I've done this already, let's stick with that. Add some power here, and we'll keep like 80 knots. We have all year round, that's so nice. And there are the two runways. We'll be taking 29er, that's just on our right, and we are passing the beam in a second. That's where I would normally start, get the gear down, flaps out, and start the shallow descent. Alright, so that's a beam. Let's start the shallow descent. Okay, so I'll be looking for the base legs somewhere in this area and then joining final somewhere here. And on the base leg we'll also extend the flaps and then on final go full flaps. Yeah, let's try the full flaps landing here. Alright, I'm getting impatient, so turn base here. Running out of fuel in all tanks. Oh, thank you. Also, full boost on, landing lights on. I totally forgot we would have run out of fuel here. Would be super bad on final. I also need to get this in my flow to check the fuel and select the fullest tank before landing. I often forget, and that's not great. Right, we'll extend the flaps a bit here. So we can do stop and go, and you can add your fuel then. I'm not sure if it's you or me running out of fuel, but I was definitely running dry here on the tank we were running on. So now we're back to center tank. Gustavus traffic number 225 Victor X-ray, right base runway 29er, stop and go, Gustavus. Right. I'll start rolling in onto that final, so I do not overshoot it this time. It will be a very short final, but that's gonna be okay here. Okay, I'll actually stop 45 degrees early, get the flaps to full, reduce the power a bit, and now start rolling in just on final. I'm not sure what wind we have, but I think it might be coming from the left based on what I set. So I'll get right rudder or left aileron to correct for that crosswind. Do have some turbulence here. Oh, I saw. Yeah, there is the windsock, so it is from the left. Not sure how to check the gear down, but it is down. So in GA we do that, well, anyway, in the final part of the approach you would do it with the side slip, so aileron to the wind, but then you need to use the opposite rudder to... Oh no, I just smashed into the ground. I thought I was still so high. So I'll stop here, get the flaps to take off position. Here we go. Are you there yet? Yay, you are. Great stuff. And the beacon line is coming in there. Traumatized forever. Well, it wasn't the best landing. I wanted to flare way too late and it just never happened. Right, I think we'll get going. The beacon line will catch up with us. So throttle to just below the second red line. Right rudder, left aileron for the wind. Airspeed live. We're in the green. Rotate here. Get into the climb at 80 knots. Positive climb, gear up. 200 feet, reduce the power. I'll go to the blue area, so 29, 19. Hang on, since this plane is going over the 13 inches, it means it is turbocharged in one way or the other. I think it definitely doesn't have the turbocharger, it has the supercharger, I think, so I think it is supercharged. Which means there's a mechanical thing that pushes in more air as opposed to turbine, which is driven by the exhaust gases. Gustavus traffic number 225 Victor X-ray. After touch and go runway 29er, turning left and departing to the south. Gustavus. We are not climbing. Now we are. Right, fuel boost off, landing light off, flaps are up, trim that up, all good there. Here's that zombie again. You're staying so close the whole time. I know for a fact it's a bit exhausting, so very well done there. And with the beacon line on the short final, so maybe we'll turn in to see you. We are a bit far, but we should be able to see you more or less. Now I'm pushing in that rudder all the time, so that's why I couldn't turn. There we go. Can watch it from the comfort of our plane. I'll just lean in a bit so we can hopefully see you. There we go. There's touch and go in a second. We won't be able to tell from distance, but we can see the lights. Good stuff. Pretty nice airport here. 2 runways, that's good. And some hangars here as well. There we go. Stopped on the runway. Well done. Right, I want to climb 1500, so we're almost there. Right, we'll leave you be, and I'll check where we need to go next. Next we are going here, heading 136, well, track 136, heading give or take with the wind. So if you look here again, my magnetic compass is out of sync again. So we are 100, and let's set that up. Actually, it's not that far off. And we should be heading 135, so I'll set this up, or 1500 feet. I'll turn the autopilot for the time being. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's up with you? I want the alt mode. I need refuel, so I turned onto the road taxiway. I see, that's what was going on there. Good stuff. Alright, it's holding the altitude that was there when I pressed the button. It's not the one that I have dialed in here. To get to that one, I need to arm the altitude and get to nose up, climb. Is that working? Actually, it works different this one. So vertical speed and then arm, I think. How it's gonna work. Yep, switch to the alt mode now and should be capturing that. Okay. Let's see what's the place called. Una. They have crazy names here in Alaska. Can be difficult for me to pronounce. So I check what's the temperature inside. Right, it's only 29.2 degrees. That's what Alexa is saying, so we are fine. Nothing going on here. Alright, no charts here whatsoever, just the information. Huna, runway 24. And that's another hard runway, so we'll do touch and go runway 24. And then go back to Juneau. It's taking more time than I anticipated, but I think it's gonna be okay. And here in Juneau we'll land at runway 26 water and try to dock somewhere here. We saw there were planes docking on this side of the runway, so we'll try to park here. I've never tried it, so it's gonna be fun. Right, that's 22 miles, so not that far out. We are doing, well, not 120 knots, but close. Actually, let's reduce that power. I'll keep 29, but reduce the probe to 17. Then how do we see the place? I think we are still a bit too far to tell. So there will be a valley, a bay, going to our right. And the airport will be... Oh, actually we need to approach from this way. So we'll skip this valley, go around this hill, and then approach the airport from this side. Right, how tall is this place? I think it's 1000 something feet. There's settlement here and some taller mountains behind it. There's an island here and another one behind it. Okay, I think I see it. So there's the island here, another one behind it, and there should be the hill somewhere here. That's the bay that we are not taking. We're going to the left and then circle behind that hill. We are at 1500, so it should be give or take at our level, the top of that hill. I might be mistaken as well. Alright, I need to locate that hill. It's nowhere to be seen yet. Is it... That looks too tall. Or maybe we are still too far out and I'm looking in the wrong place. No. Looking at the chart, I think that's where we need to go. And there's also a tiny island here at the entry of this bay, and we do see it there. Like here. Right, we'll see as we get closer. Something is looking very bad here. This is water going on the hills. There's a good chance that is the hill I was talking about, and we need to go behind it. So go there and from here to the approach. Yep, that seems to be the case. And there's this almost 3000 feet top here and the other one. And I think this is one of them that we see here in the back. Alright, how are we looking there? The rear tank is almost dry, so I'm not using it. We are staying on the center tank for the time being, so let's switch to the front tank. Fuel bust on, switch to the front tank, keep it for 5 seconds, and fuel bust off. Fuel boost, I think, not bust. My pronunciations may be out here and there, don't worry about it. Right, so now we patiently fly until we reach that hill, and then we'll go behind it for landing. Actually, let's have a look at the elevation. Now, I remember one of those numbers is the elevation, and the other one is the highest, the longest runway. So I think the elevation is 22 and the runway is 3,300 feet, or the other way around. Right, the runway is 3,300 feet, so that matches up, and the elevation is 22 feet. Right, so that's perfect. So first elevation, second is longest runway, like the length of the longest runway. And here in Juneau, 25 elevation, 8,800. Let's see if you have any higher elevation. This higher, 2,200. And were we here actually? No. Such a long trip today. What's Navigraph saying about it? Oh, 160 miles. Whoa. Alright, when I said we'll be flying in the area, I didn't expect to cover so much ground, but it's been fun, so it's all good. Alright, we are getting closer, so we are getting some better look at that place. Here's the zombie. Still coming close. So good. Right, so that's the hill, now it's looking fine, and we just go behind it and it will be good. The water there was just because of the LOD, I think. Puna is the place. And the beacon line falling behind. I hope it's always going good at your end. And then we'll follow there for our last trick to land in Juneau, somewhere there. We'll see as we go. How far are we? I would guesstimate 5 miles from north. Puna traffic number 225 Victor X-ray 5 miles inbound from the north for touch and go runway. Stand by. Touch and go runway 24, number 225 Victor X-ray. I retro watched something recently that if you don't know what to say next, instead of staying on, just stay standby, and I need to put this in action, so that's the first time I consciously did that. Alright, the winter trick is not working on me anymore. I'm feeling the heat inside. No. I will disconnect the autopilot and fly this manually from here on. So it is disconnected. And our airfield should be somewhere there. We'll just scoop. Actually, yeah, we can still go behind that peninsula here. Yay! There's a Cessna. So go behind this peninsula, and then it should be a nice place to turn right, and we should be able to see the runway in no time. Find that the place is hidden there behind the hills. Alright, 26 is here on the gyro compass, so I'll look for that later on. 26, just one big click left of the big W. And the runway should be popping into view anytime now. It's already there. Okay, I see it. Juneau traffic, number 225 Victor X-ray, joining right base runway 24, Juneau. Right, mixture forward, prop forward, reduce power, low down, gear down, flaps takeoff. Full boost on, check the fuel tank. We are on the front tank and is the fullest one. Actually, I think we should be on the center tank for landing, so let's do that. Right, we are within the white arc here, so we can go to flaps full. Flaps full, and I'll try to make it better this time. We should have just the headwind. It's a bit of a short runway. Juneau traffic, number 225 Victor X-ray, final runway 24, touch and go, Juneau. Gear down, I think, yep. I don't think there's any indicator. I think you're just supposed to look, or maybe there is. I'm not sure if there's any. There are killer trees on the approach again, so I'll try to skip over them. Also, Misfits has a tendency to have trees on the approach that they were taller than they should be. And like half a year ago, they have been advertising this scenery gateway where people can check out some scenery airport and then correct it manually, submit it for review, and then it makes it into the base sim. But they showed what it will look like, and I think it hasn't been released yet. And to be honest, I've been waiting for that. Right, we'll just skim those killer trees on the approach there. And I'll try to judge the height correctly so we do not drive into the runway again. It might be difficult. Right, final check, gear down, prop forward, mixture forward. And we are on the fullest tank. Well, we are on the center tank. Okay, start pulling. Oh, no. Now idle, and I'll try to settle it. Hey, it wasn't great, but at least we're on positive attitude compared to last time. Flaps take off, add the power. Move those flaps up. First with the life, and we can rotate here. Isn't looking great, so I'll keep that speed for the climb. Flaps still need to go one click up, and I'll follow that river or valley here. How's everyone else doing? Doing great there. I'm not sure where the VK line is, so what we'll do, we'll climb here and then turn around to the left. So we'll see you if you are coming in this way. Kristan is here. How are you doing, Kristan? Long time no see. You're flying in Alaska, trying to mitigate the heat wave. It's been working for around an hour, but I still feel the heat again. Right, need to reduce the power, so I'll go 29. 19. Laps up, gear up. And we'll switch to the front tank again. Fuel bust off and landing light. Oh, I forgot, so off again. I'm going direct to... okay, to Juneau. Cool, so we'll go there. It's the shorter way anyway, just going there. Alright, so climbing 1500. Think I can try flying manually this leg. And in Juneau we'll land on the water runway. The Juneau is somewhere there. Okay, let's check that. It's not showing anything here because it thinks it's the approach part. It's just more meant for airliners. So the trick to get around that is to add one more point to the road, and now we have the full leg. It's 30-mile track 041, and that's magnetic here on the Navi graph. Alright, so 041 is this way. Chewy Nuts is here, welcome. Here's a shout out, but now we're on YouTube, so we need your YouTube link. Hang on, I'll find it in a moment. How are you doing? I was so cheering for you doing the first YouTube stream yesterday. It was so fun watching that. So, I hope this worked well on your end. It was pretty cool on my end watching you. And I think you were getting ready for the FS Expo. Jesus is on his last leg and we'll go there soon. Thanks to this great streaming under. Yay! I'm glad you enjoyed it. The experience for the viewer is a bit different than on Twitch, so I still have mixed feelings, but having you there is great. I'm invested in watching. Maybe next time I can go to the one in Paris and meet everyone from that side. Wait, what's the one in Paris? Hang on. I don't know about anything in Paris. Oh snap, alright, we'll see about that. We are on our final leg to Juneau. I chose Alaska today to trick my mind into forgetting about the heat, and it worked great for the first 1.5 hours, but now I'm feeling the heat in my apartment again. It's 29 degrees Celsius in my apartment, so not great, but still not what you had recently. Alright, I'll reduce the power, so we'll go 27. 17 again. Clean the mixture a bit. Have a look at our fuel situation. So we're on the front tank and it's looking good here. Joey, so when are you leaving? Do you have a plan for visiting all the booths at FX Expo? There's so many, I don't even know what's there. Ace is planning to stream from there, so if that works, I'll have a chance to have a look what's going on there. It's gonna be great. And let me find that link, YouTube link for you. Was it orange dot on the stream? Oh, I added an extension, but I didn't add the source for it. I actually I meant to remove it, but I forgot. Hang on. LUL, yeah. Since I'm feeling a bit more chill today, I can try adding it live. What can potentially go wrong? What does the... I'm not super sure. I think it will show pointers or where we point. Let's try to do that. So, sorry if something goes super wrong. I'm adding the browser source. So, don't worry about seeing this thing. I should be working soon. Actually, I think I added it at some point, but I just didn't stick with it. Oh, I know, because I needed to have the stream running to show that. Alright, and one more thing. I need to resize it. So, yeah, you can try pointing the pointer now and we'll see if it works. Actually, I can probably do that myself. Yeah, I can click and it shows on stream. And there's few versions I can choose of that, what it's showing. I think we'll stick with this one. So, I don't know. Do you like it? Will it be useful? I think it's cool. Right, so it's added. Thank you. I see. I asked about that last time, but I was super confused about live and everything last time, and I couldn't add it. Then I tried adding it offline, but I couldn't use it without stream, and now it's here. You're having fun. So now if I am a dumb and I can't... Now I can point and say, what's that? Exactly. And then just, yeah. I'm not sure how long it stays there. So if it disappears and I look later, you just need to click it again. What's that? That's just a screw. What's that in front of you? That's my forehead? That's the mic. Oh, look. I got myself a better boom and now... So, you don't know, but I changed my arrangement in the apartment a bit for the stream. So my mic was previously standing on a tripod that was getting in the way of the wheels of the chair, not the wheelchair. Chair's wheel. Sorry, English is confusing sometimes for me. And now it's not in the way, so it's easier. And I also don't have to get mic from the other side of the room. My guitar staff now lives permanently connected, so I don't need to spend 5 minutes getting the cables out and connecting them. So getting all the hardware stuff out for stream now takes 15 minutes instead of half an hour. So that's a huge gain. I basically need to get the camera out, put it on, connect, put the light out. Just slide the guitar stuff out because it's usually hidden, so I just need to slide it out. Get the guitar stands, put the guitars on it, connect the two guitar cables. Move my bed because it's in the way. Put the green screen out and put the green screen enhancers out. Extend the mics, put my stream deck closer, put my audio interface closer, move the VATSIM mic, and that's it. That's it, all of the hardware that I need to do, but it's much quicker than when it used to be. Wanted to stop by real quick. The pool is waiting. Oh no. Oh, now I'm jealous. Enjoy the pool. Maybe I need to go to the sport pool finally. I'll catch you later. Have fun in the Alaska. Yeah, have fun in the pool. Thank you for stopping by, Chewy. Great seeing you, and again, congratulations on that first YouTube stream. I'm super happy for you. So, for those you that don't know, Chewy moved from Twitch to YouTube and did the first stream yesterday. So I strongly encourage you to follow her on YouTube and see the next stream. We need to get some more audience for Chewy and bring some more people in. I think that's gonna work well for everyone. Why are those markers not going away? Maybe that's a bit of a problem that those markers are not going away. I'll try myself. I'll put the one here on the flaps and see if it goes away in a moment. They're just clicking all the time. I'm afraid they're not going away. But there's another layout. So we'll use that and we'll use the markers just whenever we need them. Right, I'm so confident flying here, but we got off-road by 90 degrees, so that's bad. We need to get back on track dirt for Juneau. Right, I'll add these markers and we'll try to get the other thing in. The beacon line showing the way. We also already see the runway and lights, I think. But we're not landing on that runway. So let me add one more source that should be more suited for you clicking stuff anytime and me not having to turn it off. So hang on, there will be new source coming up. Alright, so now when you click we should have just the heat map, but I need to resize it. Let's see that. not working. I don't know why. So I'll fiddle with that offline. Anyhow, we have a new tool with the markers. That's so cool. Oh, it's working. It just didn't resize properly. Now it's working. It works when you do that, doesn't work when I do that. Huh? And sometimes it gets clipped? I am so confused. Right, I think something didn't work here with the resizing. Anyway, I'll check this later. Now we can put the dots all over the place. There's also one more version that plays the song. That's gonna be hilarious. I'll also put this in. Why didn't the resize work? I want to know. I'll try to reload it. Also, Juneau is now clearly inside the beacon line marking the way. Those runway end identification lights, they are huge. Super visible there. Okay, now it's working. Alright, it's fixed. I hope you like it. Maybe it will be a bit useful. There you go. Enjoy. That you're simulating hypoxia with the purple for a sec. No, of course not. I've never tried it, never been in this chamber where you simulate it. I know it's quite an experience. Yeah, that's me and my forehead. Maybe I'll make this a bit translucent. But I need to find how to do that later on. I don't remember. Oh, the beacon line, you're at the ramp. I want to go to the water runway, so we'll go there, leave you back on the ramp. Oh dear, I climbed so much. I was so not looking so long. That zombie there in the distance, good stuff. Juneau, traffic number 225 Victor X-ray, joining left downwind runway 26 water, Juneau. Alright, actually it's runway 26. Alright, so we can descend. I'll go throttle idle, prop forward, mixture forward, get the carb kit on for a moment. Oh no, it was on the whole time. No. Fuel bust on, landing light on, switch to the center tank. Are you taking screenshots on the water or the ramp? I'll take on the water. So if you want, you can move there. Okay, I'll move. Cool stuff. You're also in... Oh, you're also in the Beaver, and that zombies on the Cessna floats, but it doesn't show up for me. Okay, now I know everything. So leveling off here at 1200, and we are on the downwinds. Right, I need some more power. That's why the plane is not flying. Right, that explains a lot. There's the water runway. There's a glacier back there. Whoa! There are glaciers here basically at the sea level. That's crazy. Right, here's the, let's call it runway threshold, so we can do our turn somewhere at the base of that hill here. Alright, we're abeam. So, reducing power, prop forward, mixture forward. The fuel bust is on, landing light on, gear down. And flaps to take off position. Alright, I'll start turning base here. We'll just descend a bit faster, I think. Right, flaps landing, and once we're on final, I'll go flaps full. And I'll start slowly rolling onto final, so we don't overshoot that all too much. Juneau, traffic number 225 Victor X-ray, turning final runway 26 water, full stop, Juneau. Right, flaps full. Final, check, gear need to be up. Forward, mixture forward. And we are on center tank, which is the fullest, and fuel bust on. Alright, all good there. Add some power, and the vehicle line wheel. I'll try to stop somewhere here at the end of the runway, on the left side maybe. I saw some planes there on the set picture. Right, nice glide angle. I'm not correcting like crazy this time. Okay, round out and get into the flare. Go to idle, and we're on the water. Hey, flaps up. We have the claps, the less than one landing rate. I think that's the problem with the water landings in general. Fuel bust off, and we'll get that water rudders in. So now I can steer the plane much better. Alright, and we need to water taxi to you there. Did it just drive into the water? Is that what happened? Hell yeah! Yeah, that was pretty nice there. So for this heat map and the markers, I think I'll just have them off most of the time and just turn them on whenever you want to show me something. I think it's a bit too disruptive normally. Right, we don't have brakes. There's a landing of sorts into the water. Yeah. Oh, I see. Like a I see, cool stuff. So I'll try to get to the shore somewhere there behind you, and that's gonna be it. We had a look at the set picture and there were no trees here, I believe, just place for planes. How's that working now? Right, I think I'll just bump into the shore there and that's gonna work fine for us. Right, also shut down the engine now. So mixture cut off, alternator off, and we'll getting pushed there. Also the winds should be from the other side, so we wouldn't normally push there. Right, think that's gonna work. Sorry for the noises there. And okay, transponder standby. It's actually turned off. Landing light off, strobe off, heat off, magnetos off, fuel selection turtle off. I forgot this bloody carb heat. No, that's so bad. And the hard rate is off. Now they're off. Right, get everything else off and we're done for the day. Cool flights. Right, so that's what happened. Also, I think that we are turning into the wind, so when the wind is pushing on the tail plane, it's just turning us into the wind. So that's what happened here, and we are just pointing into the wind. We have that zombie here, so I'll find some nice place and play the outro for you on the guitar and bass. The guitar has been there the whole time. It will take 5 to 10 minutes and then we'll go and raid someone. So if you can, please stick out for the raid. Gonna be fun. I'll try to find some angle to hide the fact that you have wheels, but it's probably not possible. And now we have it. Look at this. Is that a great angle? I think it's also my view that's somewhere else. Hang on. Now that's a great angle. I like it. Let's make a screenshot so we do not see that you're not on floats most of the time. So that's working great. The beacon light is somehow... How are the two of you standing there and then not me? Maybe have a different wind. Anyhow, it's looking great. That's nice using alien tech. Yeah, pretty much. No, it's just misfits being misfits. Alright, super enjoyed the flight. Let's have a quick review. So we took off here, we did one landing. I'm not sure, the landings here are a bit odd. Follow the valley here. Made a touch and go. No, we made a stop and go. We climbed, went over this glacier, which was just amazing. And then followed that, made one more stop and go. And one more. Quite a long trip. The Navigraph is showing 160 miles, so that's quite a long one. And there's hardly any population here, so that's amazing. Such a long flight and hardly any settlements. Right, I'll disappear. get the guitar out and play for you. So back in a second. Alright, I'm back. I didn't so much need to get out the guitar, I just needed to turn on the amp and everything, but I need to dive under the desk to do that. Okay, let me see, what am I doing? I moved the wrong thing. I see, I somehow moved the whole thing. That's never happened to me before. Now it's back. Alright. I was wondering what was the outline, and then I noticed the whole thing moved. So it's back. I see one of you drifted away there. So hang on, let's account for that. Right, we'll play the birds. Stop the music. And here come the drums, but I need to get them slower. Maybe that's gonna work. I'll get the guitar and we'll see. Here we go. The thing I played at the beginning was quite difficult, so now I can't remember how to do that. Hang on, I'll get it soon. Don't worry, don't cry. It's a bit borked, but I'll keep it. Oh no, that zombie drifted away. Hang on, we'll find him. Ayo, making a loop de loop. Yeah, I like looping. That's super nice. Right, it's not the best one, but it works. I had a problem changing the chords there, but it sort of worked, so we are sort of good. I hope it doesn't hurt your ears all too much. Right, let me see who's up, who we can raid. Who's there? Who's there? Dryzen is there. We haven't seen Dryzen in a while, so let's do that. So nice he's up. I was watching him before my stream and now he's here. Yay! Okay, the ride is up. Thank you for flying along today. Thank you for joining. It's been so nice. And let me see. Asteroid, thank you. Thank you for the sub. Great to have you here. Thank you for the follow. Alright, that's all that happened today. Hey, great to have you on board. The channel for Dryzen is marked as for mature audiences, so I hope I'll be able to join. If not, please find some other stream to watch. That will be nice for you. What's your schedule? It's down below. I usually stream Tuesdays and Thursdays and it's in Zulu. The next stream will be Tuesday and in Zulu as usual, but it might be a bit later because I have some things to take care of during the day. So we'll see about that. Alright, let's go. Say hey to Dryzen. Thank you for coming, everyone stopping by, and thank you for flying along. It's been so great. I'm doing the dancing and we are going out now. Right, thank you. See you next time. Bye bye bye.